A lightweight legend is quietly finding its way back into relevance. Not because of hype, not because nostalgia alone is driving it, but because riders are once again asking a very simple question: what actually works in real life? In a world full of complex electronics, towering power figures, and machines that feel more impressive on paper than on the road, there is a renewed appreciation for motorcycles that feel honest, capable, and trustworthy. Bikes that start every morning, handle broken streets without complaint, and don't intimidate the rider. That shift in mindset brings us back to a familiar and respected name, and to a motorcycle that represents a philosophy many riders believe never should have disappeared. This is Moto Meter, and this is the 2026 Kawasaki KE175. The 2026 Kawasaki KE175 represents the return of the true lightweight dual sport idea. A motorcycle designed to balance road and dirt without leaning too far in either direction. Easy to ride, easy to maintain, and confidence-inspiring from the very first mile. This is not a bike built to dominate spec sheets or chase extreme performance numbers. It is built to perform where it actually matters, in the real world, where roads are cracked, traffic is unpredictable, and trails are rarely perfect. This is a motorcycle for riders who value control, feel, and reliability over raw power. Versatility has always been at the heart of the KE175, and in this modern interpretation, that core identity remains untouched. It is light enough to feel agile and unintimidating, strong enough to explore beyond the pavement, and simple enough to trust day after day. This is a motorcycle meant to be ridden often and without hesitation. The kind of bike you choose not because it's the most exciting option in the garage, but because it's the one that always makes sense. From the first glance, the KE175 communicates honesty. The bodywork is slim and purposeful, the proportions compact and balanced. The upright stance feels friendly rather than aggressive. There is nothing flashy here, nothing that looks designed to impress from a distance. Every element appears functional, intentional, and practical. This is the type of motorcycle that feels approachable before you even touch it. It doesn't dominate your space or demand attention. Instead, it quietly invites you in. Swing a leg over the KE175 and that impression becomes even stronger. The seat height feels manageable, even for shorter riders. Your feet reach the ground easily, adding instant confidence. The bike feels light beneath you, well balanced and predictable. The handlebars fall naturally into your hands, and your posture feels upright, relaxed, and in control. This riding position is one of the KE175's greatest strengths. It reduces tension in your shoulders, keeps your back comfortable, and allows precise control at low speeds. Whether you are filtering through traffic or carefully navigating a narrow trail, the bike feels like it fits you rather than forcing you to adapt to it. Start the engine and the KE175 reveals its personality immediately. The sound is calm and reassuring. Not loud, not aggressive, just present and mechanical. Throttle response is gentle and predictable, with power building smoothly rather than arriving in a sudden rush. There is no sharp hit, no moment that surprises you. The engine is tuned to be forgiving and usable, especially at low speeds. Clutch engagement feels smooth, throttle control is intuitive, and the bike encourages confidence rather than demanding skill. This makes the KE175 especially appealing to new riders and returning riders, but it also makes it deeply enjoyable for experienced riders who appreciate simplicity and connection. In city riding, the KE175 performs better than many people expect. The upright stance provides excellent visibility over traffic, and the narrow profile makes tight spaces easy to navigate. Low speed balance feels stable and calm. Parking is effortless. U-turns feel natural. Slow maneuvers don't require effort or anxiety. You guide the bike rather than fight it, and that ease quickly becomes addictive. Commuting stops feeling like a chore and starts feeling like actual riding again. As the road opens up, the KE175 settles into a comfortable cruising rhythm. The engine hums steadily beneath you, vibrations remain well controlled, and the overall experience feels relaxed. This is not a motorcycle that urges you to chase speed. Instead, it encourages you to enjoy motion, to stay present, and to ride smoothly. It's the kind of riding that feels natural rather than rushed, calm rather than stressful. On winding back roads, the KE175 shows another side of its character. The lightweight chassis feels responsive and easy to place. Lean angles build predictably, and the bike holds its line without drama. Small corrections are smooth and intuitive. It doesn't push you toward reckless behavior. Instead, it rewards rhythm, balance, and flow. This is where the KE175 quietly teaches good riding habits. Smooth throttle input, controlled braking, clean cornering lines. These lessons come naturally, without pressure, and they stay with you. When the pavement ends, the KE175 finally shows why it exists. Gravel roads, broken asphalt, light dirt trails, uneven terrain. The suspension absorbs bumps with calm confidence. The chassis remains composed even when conditions change suddenly. The bike does not panic when traction becomes uncertain. Standing on the pegs feels natural, and weight shifts translate directly into control. This is not an extreme off-road machine, but it doesn't pretend to be. Instead, it is capable enough to explore and forgiving enough to learn on. The KE175 doesn't demand perfect terrain. It adapts, supports, and encourages curiosity. Comfort plays a larger role in the KE175 experience than many riders expect. The seat provides support without feeling stiff, allowing longer rides without discomfort. The upright posture reduces strain on the wrists and lower back. Your arms remain relaxed, your shoulders stay loose, and fatigue builds slowly rather than suddenly. This makes the bike suitable not just for short trips, but for extended rides where comfort truly matters. Fuel efficiency adds another layer of practicality. The KE175 sips fuel rather than consuming it aggressively, making longer distances between stops feel normal rather than carefully calculated. This supports both commuting and casual exploration. You ride because you want to, not because you planned every kilometer in advance. Maintenance is one of the strongest advantages of the KE175. Kawasaki has intentionally kept the engineering straightforward. Proven components, easy access for routine service, and minimal complexity define the ownership experience. This is a motorcycle designed for long-term use, not short-term excitement. A bike you can work on, understand, and rely on. Reliability has always been a core part of the KE175's appeal, and that expectation remains. This is a machine built to start consistently, run dependably, and tolerate real-world conditions like dust, rain, heat, and cold. For riders who depend on their motorcycle rather than just admire it, that reliability matters more than performance numbers ever could. Technology on the KE175 remains intentionally minimal. The instrumentation is clear and functional, showing only the information you actually need. There are no complicated ride modes, no unnecessary electronics, no distractions. The focus stays where it belongs, on riding, awareness, and connection. Braking performance is smooth and predictable, with a progressive feel that builds confidence, especially when traction changes. Everything works together in a way that feels natural rather than overwhelming. Over time, the KE175 teaches important lessons. Patience, smoothness, reading terrain, managing momentum. These are skills that shape riders and stay with them for life. The KE175 is not a motorcycle you quickly outgrow. It grows with you. As your skills improve and your confidence deepens, the bike continues to make sense. New riders find it welcoming. Returning riders find it reassuring. Experienced riders find it refreshingly honest. Many riders remember motorcycles like this forever, because this is where riding stops being stressful and starts being enjoyable. The Kawasaki KE175 is not about racing or impressing others. It is about riding well. It builds riders who understand control, who respect machines, and who value balance over excess. In a world of increasingly complex motorcycles, the KE175 stands out by keeping things simple and doing the fundamentals exceptionally well. It reminds us that adventure does not require massive power, and confidence does not require complexity. This is Moto Meter Rider. Ride prepared, ride smooth, ride with purpose. Disclaimer: some specifications, features, and performance details discussed in this video are generated or interpreted using AI based on historical models, general motorcycle design principles, and expected industry trends, and may not reflect final official manufacturer specifications from Kawasaki.